Once again, another Zaza situation. According to the game, I didn't see that intent. I didn't see that he tried to intentionally hurt Westbrook. I saw the video a few times. I really looked at it from all angles, and I have to say, I don't think it was dirty or intentional. It was just a clumsy play. And this is really ridiculous because I know you guys are going to bring up the Kawhi situation. You say, well, he has a history of known of being dirty. He's not dirty. He's just a clumsy player. I won't lie. He did one time when he elbowed Westbrook. That kind of showed some light. Maybe he still has some feelings against Westbrook on that. But I don't think he would try to intentionally injure him. It just looked like, if you really look closely to the video, it looked like Nick Young's leg kind of taps him in the back. And when you hit the back of the knees, they tend to buckle. That's what it looked like. Your guys are taking this, I think, a little too out of proportion. Just like you took the Kawhi thing out of proportion. I think they're both just two situations you're just overlooking. I mean, come on, he injured KD too, and it was all an accident. I'm not saying he has no history of it, but come on. No one was saying that Zaza was a dirty player until that Kawhi injury thing. Now they're just trying to make a story out of absolutely nothing. Go watch the video again with a non-biased view and actually see it. He didn't intentionally injure him. That was like something I would fall over too. I mean, yeah, it is kind of weird how he fell. He didn't have to land on his legs, and maybe that's what should be considered. But come on, he's just gonna try to elbow him. Like, this is just ridiculous. These are just, and I think I'm going to put a theory to perspective. I feel like because Golden State was whooping down on OKC so badly, now you guys got like a sort of escape route. This always happens. They always think they have a chance against. I mean, no, I won't say that, but I feel like because of your dislike for Golden State, you guys are going to look at Zaza because he's kind of like the weakest link you can kind of touch. He's kind of clumsy and he makes a lot of mistakes. So, hey, why not put the blame towards him? We could blame him because of the loss. Oh, if only he didn't fall, then we would have won the game. And I'm going to be hearing that. The same thing with the San Antonio series. Guys, come on, let's be honest. They would have won that one game. They would have shut down the last 4 games. It would have been a 5-game series at best. 6 if they're lucky. If they were lucky. He already was hurt from the Houston series. I don't want to hear about how Zaza's a dirty player. Like, he ain't trying to intentionally injure anyone. Come on. I mean, he fell into his own teammates' leg. We're going to say he's trying to be dirty to KD. Trying to be dirty to KD? I don't think so. And I feel where everyone's coming from, but I really feel like this is just a spike of the haters who don't like Golden State. They don't like their dominance. They don't like their power. They don't like the fact that they turned it up and ended up locking down Paul George. They don't like that. And maybe there are some fans who are like, well, it's just so weird how he always seems to be in these incidents. I think he's just like, isn't it kind of weird how he kind of grabbed Kawhi's arm, but next he kind of steps on his foot? He had 2 incidences. Isn't this a little strange? And I gotta be honest, it is a little weird. I kind of considered, I don't consider him like a dirty player. If you play against him, he's just going to try to take out your best player. I think that's just the propaganda from the hype haters who don't like Golden State, who don't like their dominance. So they got to try to make some way to make them out to be a dirty team, which doesn't make any sense to me, in a sense. But just for the record, the NBA should review it just to make sure they don't, just to make sure they don't overlook anything. Just look at it. It's quite obvious he didn't try to intentionally hurt him. This is just stupid bandwagon hating hate. And it's funny because that video is kind of becoming the most highlighted thing. They're ignoring the fact that OKC just got blown out by 30 points. They're going to ignore the fact that OKC is sitting at a 7th seed right now. They could potentially be knocked out of the playoffs and worried about some Zaza situation. I don't get that sort of thinking. I understand because he has this sort of history. He has been in some weird situations, but it's just too weird. It's just too hard to really say if he's a dirty player or not. He has incidences. But can I really say he intentionally tried to hurt Westbrook? No. Do I think he intentionally hurt Kawhi? I don't think so. I think it was just a terrible box out. I think it's just overreacting. And I think the only reason people react so badly is because they thought San Antonio had a chance when they caught Golden State sleeping. Let's be real. They would have mopped the floor with them the next 4 games. They were much better than every team in a regular season blowout, along with being up a few points. It's like, come on, guys. They beat them without KD. You really think they're gonna struggle with Spurs? They're old. Get over it. Still talking about Kawhi, even though they knew he got hurt in that Houston series. It was only a matter of time. His own teammate stepped on his foot too. So, and I don't hear people talking about how Westbrook pushed Nick Young in his back. I don't hear anyone saying anything about that. Or the fact that Carmelo didn't even get any foul calls and he was getting hammered. But let's not also forget that he kind of was holding on to KD and not letting him go. And that kind of ticked KD off, and I don't blame him for that. Anyway, I feel like we need to be careful how we take this whole situation with Zaza. I understand he's a clumsy guy. I understand, you had your hopes in San Antonio and OKC to beat Golden State. But I think we need to be realistic. We didn't try to hurt him. It's just a bunch of nonsense that the media is trying to overhype it because they knew that it was dead once KD and Westbrook started, to kind of chill back on that beef situation. Anyway, that's all I got to really say about it, and I'm out.